This course also has an access to a Quizlet with all of the vocabulary that we have learned, and the way you find this Quizlet is by looking for the lesson you want, for example this one, Basic Greetings and Phrases, and then we click here where it says Resources, and here we get the link, the Quizlet link, so we just click on it, and it will take us straight over to the Quizlet for that particular section. However, if you're using an iPhone, you have to click on the three little dots on top of the video. So you select the video that you want, then you click on the three little dots, and here we have the option which is called Lecture Resources, and we click on it, and here we have the link. So we then just click on the link, and it will take us straight to the website, to the Quizlet webpage. If you're using an iPad, it's a little bit more tricky. So you select the lesson that you want, and then you have to hold and click on the name of the lesson, and you will get the other options. You can either download it, mark as complete, or you can click on this one, Resources for Lecture, and here we have the course resources. So now we just click on it, and it will take us over to the Quizlet for that lesson. On the Quizlet, we have access to all of the things that we have learned, and we have different types of activities. For example, we have the flashcard option, which is basically like flashcards, and you can also listen to the audio. We just click here. Hola. We can also flip it. Let's click here, and it flips. Hola. And the next one, how is it going? We can just click here, and we have the audio. So this is the flashcards option, and we also have this one, which is the learning function. And the learning function is basically a way to memorize it. So you can click on a quick study, then we continue it, and let's continue. And here we have hola, hello, and you can just click if you know it or you don't know it. And another option right here, if we click on the options, we have different forms. For example, we have the spelling form. So if I click on it, you type what you hear. So let's listen to it. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama? So we start by putting the marks. Okay, ¿cómo se llama? And we close it and enter, and good. Gracias. And we can also use the dictation feature. Gracias. And enter. Ciao. Ciao. On this one we use the letter U. Ciao. Okay, correct. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? So let's open the question marks. Then let's put the dictation feature. ¿Cómo está? And then we close it. And correct. So I really like this feature, which is the spelling feature, because you can type what you hear. So you can either practice your typing, or you can also practice your speaking. And it's also very nice because I managed to figure out how to get a speaking part also included into this course. So I kind of like this idea. And let's try a different one. Let's go back to the learning mode, and then we click on the options. And we also have the writing option. My name is, or I call myself. So this one, you don't have the sound coming before. You basically just type it straight from your head. My name is, let's see, me llamo, and then enter, and correct. Let's try a different one. Bad, mal, and enter. So this is a very good way to practice your writing or your speaking abilities. And from here you can just change some of the options. If you want to answer with Spanish or answer with English, if you want the audio or no audio. So let's go back. Another activity is the testing activity. So you can have like your own test right here. Is this true or false? Until tomorrow. See you tomorrow. That's true. My name is true. Great. Good morning. Oh, this one is wrong. False. And until later. See you later. And you select the one you think it is. And you can also change the options. So if you want written options, matching, multiple choice, true or false, you want the images. So if you only want the written, for example, you can select it and create a new test, and all of them are going to be written. So you can modify them however you want. And you can also click here to print the test. And another thing that people have asked me about is that they want to get all of the course material into a PDF so they can print it out and they can study it by themselves. And you can also do this here with Quizlet. So you select the lecture that you want. For example, let's say that I go back and I'm in like lecture number 50 about places. So I can click on it. And now if you go over here to the three little dots, we can click on them and we can click on print. And it will take us over to the printing section. And from here you can also select the layout that you want. You want it like a table, you want it like medium size, you want it like a glossary, you want it to flip the terms and definitions. So you can kind of like modify it a little bit. And from there you can just print it or you can download it. So if I click on download, I can just save it and there you go. We now have a PDF with our class material. So this can also be very helpful because some people have asked me that they want to have like a physical copy, and you can totally do it too right here. And if you're using the Quizlet on your phone or on your iPad, it's also a little bit more fun because you can use the learning function. And then I go over to the settings and I'm gonna select the spelling function. And now I type what I hear. Let's see.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? So let's put the marks. Then we can use the dictation feature. So I can click on this. Oh, I'm using the English one. I have to switch over to the Spanish. Okay. ¿Cómo te llamas? And there we go. We now close the marks and correct. Good. Bien. And good. And this one. Disculpe. Let's try one more time. Disculpe. So you can practice speaking if you're using your phone or your iPad or your computer. And this can be very helpful. So my recommendation is to play around a little bit with the Quizlet functions. For example, there's many different types. You have flashcards, you have tests, you have a matching game where you basically match the words with the pictures like bakery, panaderia, cinema, cine, library, biblioteca, jewelry shop, what are you doing, and this one. So this is very useful to practice your Spanish. There's lots of different functions, and the more you play around with it, the more features that you will discover, because there's tons of features on Quizlet, and even to practice your spoken Spanish or your written Spanish.